Some people requested more details on flywheel mod on XR, so I decided to do a second stage. For that I bought a flywheel of NT650 Honda, and I'll be using the starter clutch retainer to use on my XR650. The whole thing cost me about $25 from eBay used, so pretty good deal on that. I will be removing my flywheel and replacing the stock bearing retainer with a retainer from NT650. Removing stator connector, so I can after that remove the cover. So here I removed the side cover and will be removing the flywheel. For that I would need 17 millimeter socket, and I have a big adjustable wrench I got in the flea market for $1. So after removing the bolt, the next step will be to remove the flywheel pull from the crankshaft. So to do that I use Motion Pro's flywheel puller, but this is basically just M22 bolt with, I think, 1.5 thread pitch. So you can use just any regular bolt, M22 by 1.5. Here are two flywheels side by side. This is from XR, this is from NT or Hope GT. So you can see that they are height-wise basically the same. They have the same bearings, yeah, but different clutch, starter clutch holder, and different shape of this top piece, my shaped, and this original NT650s. Another small note, so if someone on NT650 for some reason would require a bigger weight on the flywheel, you won't be able to simply install bigger starter clutch retainer, so because it doesn't fit this inner diameter. It's a bit larger diameter. To do this you would need to modify, for example, XR's retainer, but this is like whole another deal. And few words about previous work done. So this is modified XR650 flywheel. So as you can see, so in original form it has something similar, like on this one it has bigger lip outside ring, something similar to this one. So what you need to do is to ask your local machinist to shave this top ring off, like done here. This allows to remove about a pound of weight only by removing this metal part. Some other guys are also shaving this surface about 1 millimeter from the outside of this ball. I didn't do this. I wanted to retain all these numbers, all stock dimples for the balancing. Yeah, another common question about balancing the part after shaving. So I didn't do any balancing, so I just retained the stock ones, and this removed metal is uniform and is precisely machined, so this does not affect the balancing. At least it's not noticed by me, so I didn't do any balancing. To do proper balance, you likely would need to assemble, have a whole assembly with crankshaft and balance with crankshaft, which is like big deal. Disassembling an engine and will cost, balancing sync will probably cost maybe, I don't know, much more than just shaving off. So here's disassembled parts. So how I know that everything will work? So I looked up, and starter clutch or bearing, starter bearing are the same part numbers on many Honda's bikes, including XR650L and NT650, NT700, and with many other bikes. So this means that their retaining rings will also fit by inner diameter and same 6 bolt patterns, so they are interchangeable. As you can see, the thickness of the XR's retainer, it's much thicker than NT650's retainer, so I will be using this. This is lighter, this is what I need. And few words about bolts. Why I'm not changing to the titanium bolts, which I mentioned in the first video, stage 1. So this is 4 bolts will be holding the retainer. It's 58 grams. Titanium bolts will probably weigh a bit more than a half of that, so let's assume 30 grams. So paying $40, I don't know where you find the TI bolts, different price about that, to lose 28 grams doesn't seem like reasonable to me. And these bolts are shorter, hence thinner retainer comparing to bolts from XR. So I was missing 2 bolts, so I just cut original to the size of the NTs. So let's weigh how much the retainer weighs. So retainer weighs 464 grams, which is about 200 grams lighter than retainer, stock retainer from XR650L. 200 grams lighter. When assembling back the flywheel, don't immediately torque these bolts. Just thread them in, and after they're installing the flywheel bolt, After that you can torque these bolts so the bearing and the holder are properly aligned on the crankshaft. So the final assembly weight is almost 3 kilo, 355 grams. Now when central bolt is torqued 125 Newton meters, you can torque the bolts holding the starter clutch. I did a short test ride. Everything works well. Bike runs smooth, revs fast, not much difference compared with initial modification, but still works well, smooth, quick, as it should. Let me know if there are any other questions left. That's all.